What is your read on the damage that still may be yet left to do?
I think there are three major things that we're thinking about at Coinshares. Number one, the FTX fallout isn't completely done. Obviously, the Three Arrows fallout from this summer caused a major credit crunch in the industry. And there we did see a lot of Bitcoin and Ether getting sold into the market because that was used as collateral for a lot of their loans. With FTX, the selling case is more limited since they primarily used FTT, their own coin, as collateral for lending. But many firms took venture capital funding from the firm, kept treasury assets on the FTX platform, and many firms may have 6, 9, 12 months of operating runway left. But as that runway starts to dwindle, it'll be interesting to see what assets go up for sale and what M&A takes place. The second thing really is reputational damage. There's just been a tremendous reputational hit that has been brought to the industry. I mean, it's been 6 months of nonstop news stories, headlines. You've been covering a lot of it. It's crazy, it's chaotic, and it just makes the industry look bad, unfortunately. And then the last piece we're really looking at is what market sentiment is going to be going into 2023. Obviously, the macro environment is not a great one. A lot of these business models work in an up-only environment. But now that macro is slowing down and a lot of the speculation has gone out of crypto, it'd be interesting to see what businesses can survive the long term. We've been doing this for a decade, so we've been here. We have a business that makes money in good and in bad times, but a lot of business models don't work.
What's crazy about this too is that you do see a shakeout across traditional players, but you see some of the, let's say, parents coming home here. Big traditional Wall Street firms walking in and picking at the carnage here, or finding opportunities, whether it's Visa or Fidelity, or one of my favorites now, we've reported Baupost, Oaktree, and others are looking at buying claims when it comes to FTX. And of course, there is value here as things have sold off. What do you think about kind of traditional Wall Street stepping in here?
We've talked about this a lot. The institutions are coming is a narrative that we've been talking about in the industry for the last 5 years or so, and it's really not been this wave we thought would materialize. It's been a slow trickle. So we continue to see a lot of larger hedge funds, publicly traded asset managers, and institutions looking to allocate to crypto, maybe creating routes for their clients, particularly on the ultra high net worth side or high net worth side, not quite yet retail, giving them exposure to crypto as an asset. Visa obviously is starting to explore crypto as a payment rail, but I think it's going to be slow. Again, institutions are reticent to take on a lot of these liabilities, so the majority of the buying is still assets, not yet operating companies, operating businesses. We don't really see any major players yet announcing that they're launching any new crypto initiatives, but maybe that will start to shift over the next year or two. But again, I think it's going to take time for that reputational damage to dissipate.
On the subject of buying and assets, which you and Shonali were both talking about that may be up for sale, what are you expecting in terms of that kind of M&A activity? And frankly, how much risk is there in concentration if you suddenly have just Binance, for example, coming in to buy everything?
Right. I mean, the big thing when it comes to M&A is where is the value in the business? Typically, we look at intellectual property, assets on the balance sheet, which is what's motivating a lot of the buying of Voyager and Celsius claims. So if there's unique intellectual property, if there's a large client base that continues to be active, even in a non-speculative market environment like the one we're in, or if there are assets on the balance sheet that can be utilized, those are attractive M&A targets. But at the end of the day, many of these businesses, when you strip out the speculative component, don't really have a lot under the hood sometimes. So it'll be interesting to see what gets bought and what doesn't. I do think, though, there will be big opportunities. At Coinshares, we're looking very opportunistically at this environment, and there will be a lot of acqui-hiring as well. Talent has been notoriously scarce in the crypto space, so it's a great opportunity for firms to add engineering teams and add new capabilities.